Sitting right there is the new Lamborghini that we just bought for one of our followers. Now, Tommy just drove that thing all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, over 1,000 miles to get it here. It drove impeccably. You said it's one of the cleanest cars that you've ever driven, right?
I got a PPI done in that car, and they said at Lamborghini that it was the cleanest car. I can't tell you what it is. Like, they've seen it 15 years. So it's literally like perfect. I drove it myself. It's amazing. It's going to be insane. It's
going to be awesome. And now, here's kind of how to win it. We're going to give you the more specific details a little bit later. All we need to do is hit 1 million subs after August 1st of 2024. And then you just need to be a follower of the account. Like, we're not one of those places that's making you go spend money for a raffle ticket, buy a t-shirt. We're literally just going to give it away, plus $30,000 if one of those two things happen to a follower. It's funny that you said this because when we started this idea, we were at like 650,000 subs, but the channel's done really well because we have some awesome followers. So now we're at 823,000 followers.
By the time you see this, it'll probably be over 830, 835.
So it's gonna like, there's no way this isn't gonna happen. So really, you just need to go subscribe if you're not hitting that sub button right now. And we're gonna tell you how to enter in a little bit. And there's more terms and conditions on the website, so just make sure that you read through those. But the two important points are that you're just a subscriber and that we hit over 1 million subs, which I think we're gonna do anyway. We're also giving $30,000 cash to help with repairs or the tax that might come with this thing, but we think you guys are gonna like it and we're gonna show it to you in just a little bit. As I mentioned a moment ago, we have a lot of new subscribers, so I kind of wanted to go over our mission and why it's important that we hit that 1 million subs. So if we hit 1 million subscribers, that means that the channel is gonna just generate more money, people are gonna watch more videos. That's a good thing. But you know what? I don't pocket that money. All the money that my wife and I make from this channel, all of the proceeds go directly to charity. If you guys click on the highlights portion of our Instagram page, you can see all the money that we give to charities. It's well in the 6-figure amounts. And we just like to find and partner with near and dear causes that are close to our heart and make sure that we are always giving back. We also give back through the vehicles. We constantly use these vehicles for charity to bring people to events. We let people sit in them, drive them. I am insane for letting a 16-year-old drive my Bugatti. I thought I was going to die, but that's one of many examples that we do, and we are all about giving back to the community here at the Hamilton Collection. And this, and this Lamborghini, yes, R.I.P. Senna. That was, you'd think that would have taught me to stop letting people drive cars, but
worse.
Yes. Side note, the Lamborghini came with a hideous spoiler, so we took it off while Tommy did.
Yes, it's off. We're going to get a new one. We actually have a lot of fun stuff planned with this car, but we'll get into it later. But that bad boy right there. So this is nostalgia. Steve always talks about vibes and nostalgia and fun stuff. To me, this is my grail Lamborghini. I think just because when I was a kid, I thought they were so cool. But dude, looking at this car, like, I almost like it more than the SV. And it's just me because it reminds me of being a kid. But dude, I'm so stoked that we got this thing.
I am too. And thank you for driving it all the way from Atlanta.
You're very welcome. I was happy to.
You're all right. I tried talking you out of it.
Yeah, no, he's like, are you sure you want to do that? I'm like, I'm sure. I don't regret it at all. It's actually, surprisingly, I was worried the car wasn't going to be comfortable on long journeys. And it knocked it out of the park. It's been so reliable. But nevertheless, the car is right here. Check it out. The funny thing is, I have driven this car obviously the past couple days, but this is really Steve's first time seeing it in person. So you're seeing it at the same time he is.
Yeah, we're gonna drive it, rev it in just a little bit, and go over all the specific modifications that we're gonna do. And we're gonna work with a lot of partners to, like, it looks good now, just wait until we're done with this. That's gonna be a future vlog. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see how badass this thing's gonna look. But if it looks this good now, just imagine what it's gonna look like. Even the wheels, great looking polished wheel, and just a super clean car, and as Tommy mentioned, that just checked out with the PPI exceptionally well. So this is a V10 5.2 liter 552 horsepower motor, 0 to 60 in just 3.2 seconds. Now we didn't cheap out, we went and got the LP560-4. Of course, the 4 stands for 4-wheel drive. So this baby's all-wheel drive. You can drive it in the winter if you are crazy enough. I am.
It's definitely a car that you can daily drive, and it's great because I was a little skeptical just because it is an older Lamborghini and they have a bad rep and all the fun stuff. But after the PPI, I was feeling better, and I really spent time in this car. And it's a car that I think someone could actually truly daily drive and enjoy. It's not going to break down. For me, it's been so solid. I probably spent 12 hours behind the wheel driving this thing, and it's just like blown me away in every aspect. So I'm excited for you to drive it too.
It's basically got the foundation of an Audi R8, right? So it's an Audi for all intents and purposes. Even on my Urus over there, there's actually Audi stamped or Volkswagen stamped parts underneath it. I remember watching a TikTok where they were going and showing how much of an Audi it actually is. No different for this thing. And so I do want to also explain that, yes, it is a Gallardo. Like at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, we're not making you pay anything for this vehicle. We're literally just giving it away to a subscriber. So there was a budget that we had to keep in mind. Huracans were probably a little bit too high for what I wanted to spend for this, but we didn't cheap out and get the Gen 1. We did get the Gen 2 Gallardo, which looks, in my opinion, a hell of a lot better than the Gen 1.
In a lot of ways, I actually like this car better than the Huracan because I feel like this is a true Lamborghini. Not that the Huracan isn't, but they're so refined and they're so easy to drive and they're so comfortable that I feel like they lose a little bit of motion, where like the single clutch gearbox, all the nuances, the leather, like it's just it's so Lambo to me. And I think that's one of the cool things about this car, where I feel like it's really an enthusiast car, where the Huracan obviously is amazing as well, but they're so refined that they lose a little bit of that romance.
And shout out to Atlanta Autos for getting us a great deal on this Gallardo. They knew the mission. They knew that we wanted to give it away to an awesome follower just like you. So just want to make sure we give them praise for taking care of us and making this a good transaction.
Steve just mentioned the wheels, obviously, and modifications we want to do. One of the cool things that Aidan and I had talked about was potentially letting you guys choose the modifications that go in this car. So whether we wrap it, we get new wheels, we do a carbon body kit, whatever that looks like, I think it'd be cool if you follow our Instagram to go and vote on what you want to see on this car, what wing we choose, what wheels we choose, what wrap color, all that fun stuff. Just so, I mean, you guys are going to win this car, so I think it's cool for you guys to have a say on what we do to it. What do you, I mean, I didn't even ask you about that yet. What do you think?
And I think that's a great idea. Ultimately, it's going to be for you guys. You guys might as well help crowdsource and help us design what this thing's going to look like. And we're going to tell you how to win that in just a little bit, I promise. Stick around. Should we go drive it?
I actually like these wheels a lot. You're going to win these wheels too, by the way. We might get aftermarket wheels. Likely, we probably will. But these wheels come with the car as well. I love how it looks. Just stock.
They look great. They'll get 2 sets of wheels.
They haven't seen the interior yet. Yeah, it's just black leather, red accents. Keep that in mind when deciding what you want to wrap it and mod it with.
So full disclosure, this is not my car, so I get to drive it nice and hard. This reminds me of something. Oh yeah, the Aventador single clutch. That sounds so good. She's quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that shifts so hard.
It's so violent.
That transmission is solid.
Oh my God, I love it. Dude, I love it.
This is a solid car.
I have not driven it that hard yet. I was like just cruising.
Y'all are gonna love this, one of y'all. Is that nice?
Yeah, so a couple cool things that I haven't mentioned yet is this thing already had wireless Apple CarPlay installed, which is freaking sick. It has an upgraded stereo, which is crazy. You can actually control the bass on it too. Like, I think it's a pretty good system. I don't know.
You were bumping it right before we took off, and it was crazy loud. I just realized I love like the old school looking like gauges that it has center.
Yeah, they're Italian too. I will genuinely be sad when we give this car away.
Yes.
Because it's just a good car.
So I'm going to go over all the modifications that we're going to do to this and then how to win. So first of all, we got to do some wheels and tires. And as you guys know, I'm an owner at Fitment Industries, and we have some awesome wheels and tires there. We have a gallery at the website where you can go and see pretty much any year, make, and model and what a whole bunch of different wheels look like on a vehicle so you can make your best informed purchase. Huge selection of wheels there. And we're going to work with one of our partner brands to get an awesome set of wheels and tires. We want you guys' help. If there's a particular set of wheels that you really like and that look really good and some tires, comment below and let us know. We need to get an aero kit and a better spoiler. The spoiler that is now on the golf cart.
Carbon fiber, I'm thinking a carbon fiber front splitter, carbon side skirts, rear diffuser, and then a more tasteful wing.
Definitely.
It's going to change the car. I know if you guys know or are familiar with the Gallardo STS, that car is a really nice splitter and wing, and it just transforms this model car. Super stoked about that.
Yes.
We're also planning on wrapping it, so we want your help with that. Picking a color that'll look good with the interior, that'll complement the car well and the new wheels. So not only does it have front end PPF, but it'll also have an extra layer of protection with the vinyl.
What else? So we got aero, wing, wheels,
and exhaust.
Vinyl.
The most important one.
Yes.
So,
this thing sounds so. I was literally questioning you if it had exhaust in it. You're like, no, that's just the way. Like, it already sounds good.
Yep.
And to make that even better, I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to completely change this car. And it's funny, we mentioned it in past vlogs we've done exhaust, but I think that's the single most important option after
buying a car. Like, it literally will transform the entire experience, and I can't wait to hear this car with an exhaust.
I love my F5. I just texted the guy back at F5 about my exhaust on my G-Wagon, how I still just absolutely love the way that sounds.
Yeah, they were super easy to work with too,
Yes.
FI. I'm hoping we can get an FI exhaust for this car, so I'll be reaching out to them soon.
And that's really about it, right? I mean, that's right there is probably $25,000-$30,000 in upgrades that we're going to do to this.
Yeah, not including the cash on top they're going to win, which is
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
We keep forgetting about the $30,000 of my money
Just
that you
a
get.
brand new Tesla Model
You
3.
get. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, how you can win this Lamborghini. So you can go to thehamiltoncollection.com or click on the link in the description of this video. Go fill out the form, name, address, stuff like that, so that we can get a hold of you when we need to let you know that you won. Again, we have to hit 1 million subscribers, and you have to be a subscriber yourself to be able to win. So if we draw your name, you're not a subscriber, sorry, goodbye, you're not gonna be able to win it. But we hope that you are able to win this. It would be awesome to see a fan take delivery of this very cool vehicle. Make sure you guys read the terms and conditions at the website. Extremely important to make sure that you do not double enter, because then that's going to disqualify you. A lot of other stuff like that. But we can't wait to see one of you in this awesome car.